Hello everybody, David Shuster here. In the wake of their recent election drubbing, Republicans have now responded with a circular firing squad. And one of the lawmakers who's getting hit but also firing back is Republican House member Nancy Mace of South Carolina. Mace was recently involved in a controversy at Charleston Airport. This is video Mace shared with news organizations showing her arriving by herself early in the morning for a flight. She arranged to have airport police meet her and escort her through the TSA security lines. That didn't happen as quickly as Mace expected, so she verbally ripped the airport police and reportedly yelled multiple expletives and F-bombs. It was, by many accounts, an ugly scene. Witnesses say the Mace meltdown continued even after the police escorted her to the airline gate and Mace tried to make some phone calls. American Airlines officials were so concerned that they filed an incident report. Well, now, a South Carolina Republican, Trey Gowdy, is calling Mace insane and blaming Mace, in part, for the GOP's inability to unite.
You look at the headlines recently, Sandra, and you got an apoplectic congresswoman who's having a psychotic episode in Charleston at an airport. You've got this debate over white nationalism. I think Trump is saying Republicans quit talking about all of that.
Well, we're going to talk in this video about Mace because she is hitting back hard at her critics and at the Charleston airport. Mace just announced that she is suing the airport and American Airlines for defamation. Here's part of the reporting from the Washington Examiner.
The case is seeking damages for defamation per se and reputational harm, as well as full public correction and/or retractions for the allegedly false reports from the airline, airport, gate agents, and police officers involved, according to a statement from Mace.
Nancy Mace says one of the key issues in this is that Charleston Airport police did not meet her as soon as she arrived at the airport. And without the police escort, Mace had to wait at a special TSA security line. Apparently that wait, along with cutting it close on the timing to make her flight, triggered Mace. She says this was the second time in recent months that airport police left her waiting. Here's Mace at a news conference.
Did I drop an F-bomb? I hope so. Did I call them incompetent? I hope I did, because they earned it. So I am not going to apologize for holding people accountable for their work product. I'm just not going to do it. I, again, have had over 24 security breaches at this airport so far this year, and we're only 10 months in, basically, to this year. I've had over 24 security breaches. If that doesn't make you go, I don't know what else will. I do not feel safe flying through the Charleston airport. I don't feel safe by the way this has been handled. And I'm not going to compromise my safety of my employees when they travel with me, the safety of my children when they travel with me. Safety is not... I'm not going to compromise on that. I'm not going to allow mediocre government employees to put my life at risk.
According to several reports, during Mace's airport meltdown, she accused police of treating her differently than the timely service they provide for South Carolina Senator Tim Scott. Scott has now issued a statement saying, for reasons that are unclear, Rep. Nancy Mace invoked my name during and in the aftermath of her situation at Charleston International Airport. So let me be clear on a number of points. I have used that airport since long before I was ever in Congress, and every interaction I have had, without exception, has been positive. The women and men of the airport police are professional, courteous, and go beyond the call of duty. Those who know me know that I do not use profanity in public or private. It is never acceptable to berate police officers, airport staff, and TSA agents who are simply doing their jobs. Nor is it becoming of a member of Congress to use such vulgar language when dealing with constituents. South Carolina's other senator, Republican Lindsey Graham, piled on with a statement of his own, trashing Mace. Quote, I concur with Senator Tim Scott's statement when it comes to the men and women who provide security at the Charleston International Airport. I have had similar personal experiences and have had nothing but positive, respectful engagements. Mace responded to Senators Graham and Scott by declaring on social media, quote, the establishment is in panic mode. They are doing everything they can, including falsifying police incident reports to stop us. Who is the us? Well, it seems Mace is talking about her supporters in her campaign for South Carolina governor. Still, the whole thing is bizarre, and even Fox News hosts who are supportive of Nancy Mace have been left confused.
But so why wouldn't they let you through? That's the part that I'm not quite understanding here. What was their
Well,
reasoning?
they did let me through. I was let through.
Okay,
yeah,
you were
no,
let
I
through.
was let through,
All right.
but there's a federal process under TSA rules that require federal officials to have law enforcement personally escort us through the crew member line. So there's a process. I waited patiently. I asked for assistance from TSA. They were very helpful. And so we did it eventually. But, you know, what the Charleston Airport did was also release details about the vehicle that I was dropped off at, putting my safety at risk on Thursday. They released details on where I get dropped off at the airport by releasing video. It's all scary for an individual.
Is Nancy Mace being too paranoid? Does she have legitimate concerns? Well, all of this gets even more complicated when you consider where Nancy Mace is these days on a hot-button issue involving Republicans and Donald Trump. Mace is one of 4 House Republican congressional lawmakers who have joined all the House Democrats in signing a discharge petition that would force a vote on the Epstein files. As soon as Democratic-elect Adelita Grijalva is sworn in, the petition will have the 218 signatures it needs to force a vote within 7 legislative days. The Republicans, Mace, Marjorie Taylor Greene, Lauren Boebert, and Thomas Massie, continue to face enormous White House pressure to take themselves off the petition in order to block it. The 4 Republicans, though, including Mace, are standing firm. And Mace even said that some of her critics on the airport incident are protecting pedophiles. Nancy Mace's eruption at Charleston Airport Police does have a certain air of entitlement, and it's understandable if lawmakers and the public want to criticize Mace for having a short fuse. However, these are complicated times. And as Republicans freak out over the recent election results and hammer each other amidst the blame game, Nancy Mace is certainly an interesting and controversial figure. By the way, House Speaker Mike Johnson nearly seemed to break down the other day, and he is getting hammered by Democrats with a new tagline.
Well, the Trump administration and Mike Johnson are running a pedophile protection program. That's what they've been doing. And that's the reason why they refused to swear in Representative-elect Adelita Grijalva. For weeks now.
Check out that video at the link below. I'm David Shuster. Thanks for joining us. Hello, everybody. David Shuster here. Thanks for watching. If you found this reporting and commentary valuable, do us a favor and tap the like button. For more content like this, hit the subscribe button and ring the bell. That way, you'll be notified on your YouTube homepage when we drop a new video. If you are tired of corporate spin and want honest, people-focused news, click the join button below and be part of the fight for a better future. We wouldn't be here without your support. Stay informed, stay engaged, and thanks again for joining us.